Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to do our around the world to high catch, also known as a slingshot, from a stagger stance position. In a previous video, we worked on our around the world, 2 feet pointed straight ahead, passing the weight around our body, and we use that quite a bit for a warm-up. Of course, we do both directions. The around the world to the high catch, also known as a slingshot, goes around the body, comes up, catches. We decelerate the weight, accelerate, change the direction. Decelerate, accelerate, change direction. Decelerate, accelerate, change direction. Decelerate, accelerate, change direction. This is an excellent athletic development tool because we are decelerating and accelerating in ways that are not commonly found in the gym, but are very much found in most martial arts. In order to take that one step further, we are going to change our base of support. We change exactly one thing at a time. We had our feet symmetrical, pointed straight ahead. Now we are going to take and we are going to drop 1 foot straight back. There are 2 ways to do this depending on what type of sport you do. If you were a runner, you would probably lift up your rear heel and train that way. Many martial artists will train with 2 feet flat on the ground, 2 feet pointed straight ahead, 1 foot in front of the other. This has a stance that is used very commonly in Japanese martial arts throwing arts, such as Aikido. You also see this stance in many types of Kung Fu. We have 2 feet pointed straight ahead, we drop 1 foot straight back. Easy way to start, that's very simple, is have our rear toe in line with our lead heel. You could make it bigger. The bigger you make it, the harder it is, and the more you're going to have to tuck your tailbone underneath in order to protect your spine. Make it bigger over time, and your martial arts stances will generally get better. But to start, make it small. Contract your abs, roll your hips underneath to squeeze your glutes. Your glutes are basically always being squeezed in a kettlebell exercise, and they should always be squeezed and rolled underneath in martial arts for the most part in order to make this stance strong. From here, we are going to do our around the world. We're going one direction to start. We could go the other direction as well. And then we are going to put it into our high catch. Around the world, high catch, 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 around the world, high catch. Over time, you can incrementally drop that rear foot back 1 inch. If you want to get really nerdy about it, put a piece of tape on the ground for your front heel and for your rear heel and move that rear piece of tape back 1 inch every couple of training sessions. Work on it, see how you feel the next day. If something feels weird in your hip, move that piece of tape further forward again. When you're doing this high catch, you're going to notice you're going to absorb down through the legs. What we want to avoid is the hot girl arch, where we lift our rib cage up and we ducktail our butt back. We would like to be in this position, roll our glutes underneath, scoop our belly in and our abs in. The further back this rear leg goes, the more you're going to feel some stretch somewhere inside of this hip. Around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch. For now, we're just coaching the width of our feet as a normal kettlebell width, dropping that rear leg back. Different martial arts could treat this slightly different. They could make this wider, and they could turn their toes slightly in order to cover certain lines. If you're not a martial artist, point your feet straight ahead, drop 1 foot back. If you are a martial artist, then your style will dictate how you do all that. Of course, there are 2 versions of this exercise, left leg lead and right leg lead. With our right leg lead, same thing, toe in line with the heel as a general starting position. Around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch. On that catch, scoop underneath, verticalize the spine, eyes look straight out into the distance. Martial artists will love this because it's training this movement on both our lead and our rear leg at the same time. You can do this two ways. You can do it the way that I like to do it with intermediate weights for time under tension. Set a clock, do it, try and do a couple more each time. Go throughout your weight range, light, medium, and heavy. If you have very heavy weights, you can still do this, but you're probably gonna wanna limit the number of reps to 3 to 5 if you get up into the higher range of weights for you. Right now, we're doing this with our feet stable. The feet stable is important because everything else is gonna learn to move. If you move too many variables at once, you could get hurt. A lot of people you'll see move into walking stuff too soon, and when they start doing it, you'll see the arch of their foot collapse and their ankle roll in because their foot isn't in control. You can always go back to this version just to generally work on your stability in these martial stances. If you were a runner, you could do the same exercise, but instead of having that rear heel on the ground, you would lift that rear heel up all the way until this rear calf fired. And you would do the same exercise. Around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch, around the body, high catch. With this rear heel off the ground, you're gonna get less stretch in the hip. That's fine, it's a little bit more specific to running, but you will find this calf fires quite a bit and it's gonna get tired pretty quickly. Once again, do both left and right foot straight ahead.